Brooklyn's historic The Black Lady Theater is now taking bookings. Host your next birthday party, concert, networking event, baby or bridal shower, wedding, art show, gala, corporate event, live stage play, audition, and so much more. At the one and only The Black Lady Theater. Mention code GODCAST for 15% off your rental fee. Code good for the first-time customers only. Valid for a limited time. Call 718-771-0900 to book your event today.
Peace. Today is Wednesday, October 23rd. Making today's math.
Wisdom, understanding, all being born to power refinement.
That's right. Wisdom are your wise words. Understanding is the crystal clear picture drawn in the mind from knowledge and wisdom. And power refinement is the truth that we speak every day. Peace.
So there was this night when me and Flex were together. I was booked for Red Rabbit, which was like the number one, arguably like the number two spot in the city after like 1-0 go up and down, you know, some prime shit. Just want to just emphasize that for the real estate, for people that's not here.
Right, because that's the type of shit you be doing.
That's what I'm booked at a consistent level.
Right.
Cool. Because I'm a whack DJ. So, that's a crossovers club. So for people that are out of town in New York, obviously, and this is a fact, and because I'm booked there, I can talk like this. Those are majority white clubs. That's where they pay more money. That's what the reality is. That's where the bigger brands go.
That's where the celebrities go.
Subconsciously and ignorantly and sometimes short vision, that's what we all aspire to be. Cool. Because it's like this acceptance to where your brand goes, you can start charging more and almost move your career where you want at that point. Just, given that narrative, because not every city has the different types of clubs and shit like that. Cool. Flex come now. I was booked to do Rich the Kid's album release. Everything is cool. Flex comes in. I seen him. Some guy was holding his laptop, and I was like, "Hey, Flex, what's going on?" He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm just going to jump on with Rich the Kid." And in my mind, I'm like, "Wow, this is unbelievable because I'm the headliner and you're here, and no one's gonna pay him, but he's here." Now I just kept this in my mind, and I thought it was pretty cool. I was like, "All right, cool. I'm sold out. This is a great night. If I was Funk Master Flex, I'd want to play next to me too." He's on the mic, shot the punch, we doing it. Everything was cool. He's my buddy then. Now, fast forward 6 months, and the streets is like, "Yo, Punch is the next up nigga. Y'all need to have him on radio for 2 reasons. Not just because I'm a DJ, not just because of that, but because I have a voice and I can talk." So a lot of DJs, they're focused on one side of this game. You get what I mean? My social is really active. I do 1 million and change impressions a week. You get what I mean? For a DJ, this is a very rare situation.
And it would make sense.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
it would make sense.
because as multiple brand, I've toured.
There's a
I've had
changing
it.
of the guard that has to happen. Like,
I love
what the
this.
fuck?
But just that mindset alone is just.
Go ahead.
You would sound like this. So they start doing it, and Flex sees the opportunity to shoot. Now, Flex has famously shot at everybody and their mother, from Self to Clue and everybody, and he bullied and he went at these niggas for months. Clue was not even responding, not Self. "Yo, you guys will always be number 2. Y'all will never be as big as me," and they were quiet. And that's whatever their reason is. Maybe they have more money than me and they're okay to be cool. I don't have that much money, so the second that he said my name, I said, he fucked up.
Word. That's how I feel as a rapper.
He fucked up so badly. I was stunned. I'll never forget, I literally looked around the room and I said, he just said, he fucked up. I never had a look like this. And literally, what I told, and I told my team, I said, "Yo, bro, I waited for 10 years for one of the big homies to say one of my name, and Self and Flex in the same 7 days said my name." I'm like, "You gotta be fucking shitting me." Self is good. I'm good with him now, but I'm not letting this motherfucker go. So immediately I jump on his ass. I'm on live. Everybody's going. I'm getting reposted on the flight. Punch response to Flex, not enough. I'm gonna go and put out a real video and explain the narrative to everybody because I talk, I vlog, millions of views doing this, and millions of views on my own platform. Funk Master Flex does not have his own platform. He's only on the Hot 97 platform. So he's on these big monster machines that have paid marketing dollars, which is why his views is up. He can't compete with me on anything that says www. He will lose. But I continue. When we talk about this shit and we say it, I'm supposed to go. I had a practice session in the studio, and I'm so pissed. I'm like, "Yo, bro, I gotta shoot this video." And they're like, "Yo, we just need you for 2 hours." Yo, Jamar and Digga, let me tell you what the universe does to me. They put me in a studio 1 block away from Hot 97. Oh, God. I think the universe said, Punch, shoot your video in front of Hot 97, and now it's all going to work. So I shot it in front of the video. Everybody thought I was being aggressive because I've been publicly around, supported Bobby Shmurda, Roddy Rebel, Free to Nine, Treyway. There's this big gang illusion about me. I'm a harmless guy, man. I don't know where that shit's coming from. Right? So I don't want to be aggressive, so I made it humorous because I'm in front of his job. I don't want to intimidate him. He's worked there for 37 years.
You don't want to seem like you pulled
He's
up on his job to threaten him.
I don't want to threaten him, but I just wanted to go, like the job that he's been
You are
there.
pretty tall.
Right, but everybody knows.
You got to literally think about how many times he had to go through that same door. Like being in the same job. Y'all are artists, y'all have toured the world. Y'all would never work at the same job for 35 years in a row. It would be sickening to you. He doesn't feel the same way. He's okay with it. But I'm going to continue. So as he goes up the same exact elevator, the same exact steps that he's went up 30 years in a row, sadly enough, Dame Dash exposed this. You remember this? Dame Dash had a field day on him. But let's focus up. When Funkmaster Flex, because this is going to go big viral. I know how this internet works. And Flex right now is going to watch this with Tat Wizard right next to him and the lit digital DJs. The DJs do not want no smoke with me. I'm back to it again. Because people get very nervous about this and they go, yo, you don't want to say niggas' names? I just said all of their names. Nothing's going to happen to me. I am really, really on it. My peers want all of the smoke with any one of you niggas. Let's have fun. But we continue. So I go out, put out this video, and then I just start exposing it. And I expose the fact that, yo, you came into the club and you DJ'd for free. So what happens is that might sound like a small narrative, but what you got to think about is this. How often does this actually happen? So when we're listening to Flex and he's like, Post Malone coming in here, Rich the Kid, Tyga, YG, you know, all of the young, hot stars, and Flex is like, catch me there. Then I start going, well, if you would do this with me, you're probably doing this with everywhere. So I started making calls. And then the promoters are like, yeah, we never pay Flex. He just comes up and shows up. And why are they telling me that? Because they don't really need him there. Because when you're Post Malone, you don't need Funkmaster Flex cosign. You don't need him to say, I'm going to be there. No one, Funkmaster Flex went and played for Coffee, the biggest dancehall girl in the world right now. Humongous, amazing young girl. And Funkmaster Flex is there. He's in his 50s. Do you really think that her young crowd gave a fuck about watching their grandfather DJ on the stage? They didn't. And the problem at hand was like this. Instead of him going, I respect what y'all are doing, he doesn't. He goes in there and tries to bully like, this is my shit, I'm the king. That's the difference of the narrative. And I wanted to tap on something that you had brought up last time. It's not me attacking him because he's old. I don't have a problem with him being old. I spoke to fucking Kid Capri like two days after that. Kid Capri was like, listen.
Because that's the only thing I don't want it to be.
But I'm going to give tons of clarity on it. It never is about the age. The thing is about identifying that when you have to assess that it's time to grow. You know, Funkmaster Flex you've been to Hot 97 1,000 times. So when you're in the booth of Hot 97, I'm going to decide some business for you. You're in the booth of Hot 97. If you walk out about 4 feet forward and then you walk to the right, it's WBLS. He should just go there. That's where he should go. That's where his peers are at, and that's what he should do and allow
But that's y'all are laughing.
Yeah.
But that's real
what
talk.
And play the music that represents him, because what I want to hear is the music that represents me.
Yes.
Now, to get down to specific
and I agree with this.
To get down to specific director. So last night when I was with Fab and Jadakiss last night, it's not. When I was in there yesterday and I'm talking to Fab and Jadakiss, quick stunt. You know, and we talking, and my narrative to them is, I can't tell you the last time I heard Breathe on the radio. I can't tell you the last time I heard Cake, Lloyd Banks. Hands Up, Lloyd Banks. Warrior, Lloyd Banks. Joel Santana, Santana's Town.
Right. That's what New York really sounds like.
That's my, now we're getting to my narrative specifically. That's my OGs.
Right.
That's who I want to hear. I want to hear Jim Jones. I want to hear Ballin'. I want to hear crunk music. I want to hear Freaky yell on the top of Dipset Records. I want to hear Styles P, Chic Luch. I want to hear J Hood before he went rogue. I want to hear my guys. I want to hear Stack Bundles, R.I.P. I want to hear these guys.
Hell rap.
You get what I'm saying? Of course. Dipset, that's my guy, Rugerel. And I interviewed him, did 500,000 views. We just focused though. You get what I'm saying? This is what it is. It's just being honest. My whole point of the matter is that I want my guy. I don't give a fuck what he tell me. I don't, because the reality, and people go, what's my point? I dare him to have a narrative with me. Funkmaster Flex doesn't want to have any kind of narrative with me. I'd hang him by his ankles. He can't talk that well. Once the bomb is not there, his dialogue is not that intelligent. And for him to be 30 years older than me, you'd think that he'd be better at it by now, but he's not that good. So the reality at hand is that when a dialogue presents itself, and I don't have to just be gang like they know I'm super outside and I can talk as clean and as intelligent as his smartest friend. When we get down to it, that's the real problem. is that there's no representation for the entire 2000s, and that's what I give a fuck about. So I would love to hear my OGs. I would love to hear it, and I don't hear no representation of any of it on Hot 97. He's on 5 hours a day, 6 days a week. That's 30 hours a week of him duplicating the same thing and then playing Fat Man Scoop. And Scoop probably hates me now, which I thought that you were cool too. But it's like barbecue music after a extent.
So let me ask you this. Why don't you, it seems like basically you like an A&R for this type of
100%.
For this era,
100%.
why don't you make your own fucking label? Why don't you fucking start your own fucking internet radio show or something?
Yeah, I would say
Well, the thing is, I don't know if internet radio is the future of where we'd want to step into. I think that the next step that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be launching a media platform. I haven't announced it yet. I have like a whole big thing. It's basically going to be a digital platform. I don't want to give too many details with that because I'm still legitimately waiting for the last thing. But the second that we do it, it's like on God, bro, I swear to God, I would like buy out things because it's going to make millions. But it's going to take over the entire culture because I know how to do this. When I went to This Is 50, he had 100,000 subscribers. When I left, he had 500,000. I left with 30-something million views. I know how to maneuver the internet at speeds without marketing dollars. 50 Cent has never paid for marketing, promotion on thisis50.com ever. Just want to let you know that. So those millions of views happen because of real life, in the soil, curating content. That's just that. 50 never really cared about thisis50.com. No shots at 50. He's a rich motherfucker. It's my big brother. I love him. But he didn't really care about what was going on the website. Cool. He's dissolved the website right now. That's another, right. You get what I mean? Like, it's not even a thing realistically like that. Point of it being, that's where the future is, I believe. I believe it's just in digital content. I don't believe it's in internet radio unless the laws can change and they can start allowing us to count the streams on the radio. If they can count the streams on the type of internet platform to where that we be playing it for a reason, then at that point I'll cultivate the entire thing, because I know who needs to be in control. I know who needs to play the records, and I know who to play it. I'm one of the first people to stand by Pop Smoke. 60 days later, the biggest thing in the world. He's from 3 blocks away from where I live.
Right, so how do you? That's what I'm saying. How do you put these motherfuckers under your wing and instead of being like, all right, I'm gonna tell y'all what's hot. How do you really capitalize off of it where you can attach yourself to these things as well?
I think he would be good to, better known as like the guy breaking records, because I think that's something that's missing from the DJ
nobody
world
breaks
right
records
now. Right, that's what I mean. But that
for the longest time.
But once upon a time, that's that mattered. So
yes.
It seems like you could probably be that person, and I know you're saying like now with the new generation and the changing of the guard, like rules are different now, but we as OGs, and I think this is a big problem like within the hip hop community, like when we sit down and talk to each other and get to like air it out, it's really not like old versus new. It's like these unspoken outside forces that keep us separated. But I feel like what you're saying ultimately is something that, that is kind of like a rule from us, like breaking new records, like being on the pulse as opposed to chasing the trend. Like, you're doing that. Yeah. So, and that's not too far removed from what our generation
No, not at all. And so I don't
you
think
can be that guy to uphold those rules.
And I think I am a medium for it that's successfully doing it, talking to so much of the OGs constantly. Mrs. C.
Word.
So, I mean, it goes on and on and on, not to isolate a couple of them, but my point is like this, and I was talking to SNS about it, another super OG. It's not about if there's a miscommunication. What problem is that it's really more of what Jamar's saying. It's the changing of guards. If an OG is really comfortable in its own skin of being like, what I have accomplished doesn't move, then you're okay with going. Like, my issue specifically with Flex is this. He had Big Dog Pit Bulls. You know what he did with that? He brushed it under the rug, because he doesn't want people to remember that there was a Big Dog Pit Bulls. But there was about 20 or 30 DJs under that that he's totally ignored because he never elevated them. Like Cipha Sounds. I'm not saying, I mean, of course, I mean, that goes on and on and on, 100%. But let's look at Cipha Sounds, right? Cipha Sounds is a full-time comedian now. He has it. He loves creating content, all that. But Cipha Sounds was a DJ. If Cipha Sounds was able to actually move up to the pace that he was supposed to be on, where he was that next guy, give him some more hours, he wouldn't have left to do comedy. I loved how Cipha did. Look what he used to do at Rosenberg. That pure hip hop shit. He left because there was nowhere else to grow.
Right.
Look at Bobby Trends. I'm not trying to hang these guys, but I'm just being genuine because I can talk about this as a peer and as a fan.
I've seen
and
this.
as a fan, where that they don't have any bit of damn space for their wings to spread. There's none.
I've been looking at this radio shit for a long time, and I, like when I saw Angie leave and go over to 105, it was like I felt like, okay, she's jumping off a sinking ship, but at the same time, you know, she's been there for a very long time. It's time for a lot of that shit to be revamped, and like you said, if you're secure in your legacy, what you've done, you should want to be
no problem
the one. Yes,
ushering
pulling
in
niggas
the
up
newer,
and
younger.
and
has
pointing
niggas
to
already.
the point, just like how you point to, listen, I fucking brought this one. You know what I mean? You should be like, yo, I put that DJ in place.
And love it.
I put him in
Because that's what Mr. C does.
And love it.
And that's what Mr. C does and does it and steps away. And now goes on, I speak to C and he goes, yo, bro, I'm comfortable playing with my people. Like, I've done it. I've done hip-hop crowds. What am I literally chasing to play swag surfing before you? Because Flex plays swag surfing every night to try to be humorous, to try to stick in with us. He's ridiculous. It's like the guy who wears like a button-up and like the wrong sneakers. He wears like Jordan brand. Like, it's wrong. That's not what you're supposed to do with it.
Jump man.
Yeah, it's the wrong thing.
Where's my fan?
Listen,
I need my fan.
Where's the people in this team to instruct them? That's not the ones.
I started as a DJ and went into, you know, MCing and all that. Right?
Okay.
I just gave my top hip-hop groups of all time. And it might have conspicuously stopped at a certain point, okay? No offense to the new school and all that, but that's not my
So the swag
era.
surfer guys didn't make it?
No, they didn't make it. And
Fly,
you gotta give people time also, though, to get on some. Like, a lot of these motherfuckers ain't even been here long enough to even be put on anybody's best list. I don't care how many fucking records you sold.
Agreed.
And charts that you broke.
Fair.
Like, so give yourself time and all that.
But you, the strength that you have, which is why I feel like your voice gets heard very well to today's day, is that you're comfortable with saying, I'm from this, I am of this, I think like this. I listen to what you're saying, but that doesn't particularly change how I think. But you're not like just salting what's happening here. Flex is, you're doing it from a position of, this is where I am comfortably. I'm Lord Jamar. Y'all motherfuckers know who I am. He wants to still come on court and run with us. But he's playing where that they have so much control to where that they're not letting everyone on the court. One. So at times to where that they can even expose it, he's being guarded by how they control the court. You get me? So now that's why I continue to dare him. I dare him. He's bullied everyone in the world. He tried to bully me and he stopped so fast because he's nervous. How do I know this? It's because even some of his young guys, I won't kill them, but some of them are like, yo, bro, go at him, bro. He watches you every single night. You know what I mean? Trust me, they know it. He's uncomfortable about it.
Right.
He actually dissed them. Because he did. I know that I had him so nervous. He was in that room that day when I said, and I'm talking to your guys too. Please don't think that they're just happy to carry your bag, do this. And he was like, I don't care if you work on this station. I don't care if you DJ for 1 hour or if you just pick the records. You could leave. That was him in that room. Like, I don't even know who to trust because they don't really fuck with you, Grandpa. They fuck with people like me. You get what I mean? Why? It's because I don't even want 5 hours with him. I'm telling you like this, Jamar, on God. If Hot said, you have flex spot, I'm getting 5 DJs and I'm letting everybody rock for an hour. I don't need 5. I'll be a voice with them on and off.
Right.
But we don't need a totalitarian mindset to where it's like, do what I say or not. I want it to breathe. You get what I'm saying? New York is popping right now because we have A Boogie, we have Cardi B, we have Lil TJ coming out the Bronx. That's a whole bubble up there. You get what I'm saying? Brooklyn is smoking because we got everybody named Mother. You already know Cass, Fresher, Bobby still smoking, Roddy still smoking, Pop, Fabio. It keeps going on and on and on. That's why we're hot right now because so many things are going. But the reality is that none of these guys are radio stars for the exception of A Boogie. And Cardi B, obviously. You get what I mean? But the rest of New York that's bubbling are all from the streets and the internet.
Right.
And that's one side of it. And the second narrative that I want to create about it is that how many artists and stars have we lost because they were dragging their feet? You get what I'm saying? Like, they were just dragging their feet, and they came so late that the rapper now had to take a subpar deal because his BDS was so low, and it just wasn't a thing. And then now that artist just doesn't go. We've lost so many stars. You get what I'm saying? That because of how the radio messed up this scenario, and it's not just because of the thought process, because I understand the business of radio. Because that's another thing. A lot of the radio guys shoot as if we don't know the business. So I've educated myself on how the ratings go, on how everything, which is why, again, I dare him to have a dialogue with me. Please. You get what I mean? Because I want to address the facts of it. The reality at hand is that, do you know that Flex plays a replay hour every single night? That's replayed from earlier in the night?
Yes. Yeah.
I know, but now I just want you to think about that. So he has DJs that are signed to him, that literally work for him or intern, whatever you want to call it.
They could be doing that time.
They would love to play music for an hour, but you're so egotistically driven. And the number one guy that's like, I'll play my replay over letting y'all win. He's a piece of shit. You get what I'm saying? I wish I was 10 years older because I could beat him up legally. So I could just fuck him up, man.
Listen,
well, we don't want to incite violence.
I'm too young. It's going to be a thing. But if I was 10 years older, it could have been, no. If
we're not inciting
violence. If there was a time machine and I could add on 15 years, I'd hit him. We'd break our hips together.
I respect.
But I feel
what
everything
you're
you're saying.
And you make a lot of sense. And that's all I'm saying. You know, Flex might be mad for me even bringing you on here. Oh, well, it is what it is. These motherfuckers can't stop my records from playing. You understand what I'm saying? It's too late because my legacy is solidified.
And you'll be forever able to tour. You'll be forever able to do this. You forever have your fans off of the comfortability of who your legacy and what you are.
Yes.
If he would understand that, he would walk away humbly. But he is turning into Michael Jordan on the Wizards, just like I said. He's trying his hardest to stay on the court, and it's not it.
Well, Michael owned that team, though.
Those are like, in reference to the allure. Like, none of our, I'll give this. I mean, that's very true, right? Because he's a worker. But nonetheless, at the end of the day, it's just
I'm just saying.
It's a very fun fact. It's a good fact.
It's real.
But the reality at hand is that there is no one that has Michael Jordan memories of him in a navy blue jersey. It's just the reality of it. We remember him in the light that we want to. And I'm going to remember Flex for dropping bombs on D-Block, Freestyling Live, and Fab, and everybody going crazy, and all of the amazing, iconic moments. But I literally don't have an iconic moment in the last decade.
Well, listen, I don't want to dwell on Flex too much.
Cool, I'm with anything else.
Before we let you go, of course, we got to talk about your boy 6ix9ine real quick. Okay? So now, what do you think, as somebody who has their finger on the pulse of today's society, what do you think's going to happen when this man gets released? Is he going to fucking blow up and just, they're going to accept him, this new generation?
With his $10 million
you want to know the realest thing I'm going to tell you right now is that I think that we're not even understanding, and I mean, I think that, generally speaking, we're literally seeing what publicists, what PR, what money is doing. Tekashi has not spoken one time since he's been inside. There's only been, just for clarity, there's only been two voice recordings since anyone was in jail. One was when Shadi called me, the interview went viral, and then Shadi just recently had a viral. Right? Now, with that being said, out of every single Treyway member in jail, Tekashi, everybody in jail, how does Tekashi keep getting quotables that are hitting the press?
Right, this is what people are asking too.
There's only 2 recordings. One was to me from Shadi, and the next one was when Shadi took his plea deal with Rap Radar. And then took his plea deal and then spoke to Rap Radar. Cigar Talk, right? How is it possible that the Rainbow Kid is able to continue to get his quotes out? It's because there's a lot of money being positioned. So now you have to think about it. At what point did the money start being positioned? The money started being positioned the second that he was going to cooperate. The narrative of the story is immediately off, immediately. So to answer your question, but to give weight to it, yes, he's going to be successful because of the cloud they put over it. The cloud they originally put over was they were going to kill him. They continue to use this word they. The outside listener goes, everyone that's in jail is they. That's not an accurate depiction. We now, when you're looking at the court case, there's 2 people on trial for kidnapping him. But there are more than 2 people in jail for the indictment. You get me? Then came the Shadi was fucking his baby mother. There's no recording that has come out about that whatsoever in no shape or form. So there's no factual statement about them fucking his girl or that they were going to hurt him. Then comes the people who kidnapped him, who was in their possession. They would have boomed them if they wanted to. I'd like to think that if I'm a killer and I kidnapped you, if I wanted to boom you, that would be the perfect time. You're in my possession, I could boom you. They robbed him and they sent him back because they were never going to try to kill him. So now we have to start thinking about, wow, So we've heard this narrative to where that we started becoming sensitized to him and accepting of him cooperating. You get what I'm saying?
No, your
to allow
generation,
it,
not my generation.
fair. You get what I'm saying? To allow it to be
We
like, give him a
different there.
chance. Look, he had to cooperate. They were going to fuck his girl. They were going to kill him. Now it comes out and goes, wow. Then the audio comes down and everybody was like, yo, they were going to violate him, which meant kill. And then as the narrative continues to go, and then we hear Jim Jones on the shit, and Jim Jones is clearly talking about hanging a kid from his ankles and beating him up. That's really what it is. It was no words of killing and none of that. Jim Jones is like, yo, he going to have to feel it. Yes, feel it. Fighting, beat up. We all know what the fuck it is. So the energy, at the end of the day is no one was going to kill him. No one fucked his baby mom. No one was extorting him. None of it came out. So all of the narrative that this big monster took advantage of this kid is not real.
Right. It's being framed
It
it's
all
okay.
was framed. But if they just listened to what they actually heard, the problem was that they spent so many marketing dollars for 8 months prior to the court case. When the court case came, people were they're not really listening because they already believed what they heard over 8 months. But the reality is that everything that we heard over 8 months has not been proven in court at all. And it wasn't even spoken about because it's not real. No, like there was no they. There are people that are in jail. Kuda B, a kid from Brooklyn, one of the hottest kids, who ended up becoming guilty for shooting at Chief Keef, right? That 6ix9ine paid for. That's on a video, not giving too much, right? 6 paid the kid. I'm giving you $20,000 on the phone, the TMZ video.
Right.
$20,000 a boom, Chief Keef, boom. Kuda B, I'm broke. I'm trying to get hot. You the hot nigga. I'm gonna do it. Boom, boom at Chief Keef. Bow, Manhattan. I don't get caught. There's video footage. They can't identify me. Tekashi then goes, he did it. He goes to jail. He takes the plea. Kuda B is not even a part of the indictment. Y'all could look his name up. It's there, right? Wow. Kuda B goes to jail for the exact thing. But he's never done anything to him. But they don't push that narrative. So then that's when I started going, who is controlling the narrative? It's the people that want Tekashi to come home to a soft bed. And they want him to come home to open arms. So now when he is snitched on people that he's put in jail that have not done anything to him, that are not a part of this day, because this day has been proven that there's only 2 people that is the day. You get me? We also then got to see the video recording of the 2 people who kidnapped him. And Tekashi's first words is, I know, bro, I'm going to get you the money. I know, I tried to call you. So that means that they weren't even there for hate. They were there to get the money that they were owed. But that's a whole nother narrative. So even the 2 people that were kidnapping him just wanted the money that they were owed. You can hear that in the dialogue. Again, no opinions. I'm only giving the exact information because I saw from afar, we don't want to put myself too close, but y'all know who I am to the team, right? With all of this being said, the narrative is painted so he comes home softer. Now, I ask this. Everyone knows that Tekashi had one of the worst deals ever set up. Everyone always says it. He didn't have good money from his deal and everything like that. Who renegotiates from the label position to give you $10 million? Why? They already had him by his balls.
Right. That's the part.
So
that
now
didn't
we got to
make
think like this. At any point prior to the $10 million, has anybody ever said Tekashi was a free agent? No. Because he's been continuously signed. He's still signed. He always signed.
So how with the
so
new
now
deal
the $10 million, now you have
right.
to start thinking about what's the real validity behind $10 million? Like, who said that? Who actually said it? You get what I'm saying? See, I've been a part of the Tekashi camp. We woke up and said, yo, bro, what we going to do? I don't know. We scrolling. Oh, shit, Fear Factor. That's Ludacris? Yo, tell Ludacris suck your dick. Bet. Yo, Ludacris, suck my dick. I've been there when we've created fake news.
That's crazy.
So I know what fake news is. It's very easy to do. If you're powerful enough, you just say it. You get what I'm saying? Do you know that we could actually test this? You know, if I go outside and be like, yo, I just left Lord Jamar, me and this guy in a scuffle. Yo, when I see son, it's lit. Right? You want to prove this? We could literally make this go and prove that this is how you control it. We'll be on World Star before the end of the night. You get what I'm saying? To just prove that this internet shit is not what people think. So to get, I didn't want to make it all a go around, but I want to
tweet that. Yo, Punch and
you get what
Jamar
I'm
just got into it.
That's it. We're lit, right? We're lit. And I know, right? It's going crazy. Now to close out the whole shit, right? To close out the whole shit is like, Tekashi's going to come home successful because they spent millions of dollars and hundreds of thousands to pay off websites, to keep the narrative cool, to not do what I just did.
Not to be the bad guy.
To do what I just did, to remind people of the facts.
Yo,
they
Punch.
literally paid them to be like, yo, bro, let this kid come home calmly.
Yo, Punch.
I appreciate this so much.
That
I
was
know
awesome.
we got so much shit to say.
Great fucking interview.
Wow.
I could go on and on with you. Get people ready to shout you out at where to contact you.
Yeah, you already know what it is, man. It's the boy Punch. I am Pvnch. You already know what it is, man. I mean, y'all know me, man.
Yo.
If you see Flex, man, just tell him what's up, Grandpa. What's up?
We'll be back. Yanadameen Godcast. Yeah.